Welcome to the Fit2 Talk podcast.
Thank you as always for joining us as we bring you meaningful, helpful and accurate information and
remind you that fitness doesn't have to be boring. I didn't actually drink that because it was so hot.
Right now you're listening to one of our talk episodes during which Bobby and I, we talk about stuff and apparently desperately try and market some Fit2 mugs, even though we don't sell them.
Yeah, they're not available.
So show off, I suppose, rather than market.
They're just for us.
Yeah, and if you like what we do, then please leave us a review if you haven't already done so. It would be super helpful. Cheeky 5 stars.
Just a cheeky 5 stars. Go on, do it. Please do. Please do it.
Pause it.
For us.
And then we'll carry on.
Yeah. Right, on that note, let's cue the music.
We're back. Oh, straight in with the joke. We'll start this off.
Oh, God.
Okay. Have you heard about the Indian city where people leave their parents?
No.
Okay, we'll get the answer at the end.
Interesting.
Okay. Oh, it's joyous. Right. This episode is a surprise to you.
It is. I like that you have kept this from me.
I've, really trying to keep you surprised.
Yeah, mystery. Ooh.
Now, you will have heard of this thing. This became very, very common when it came out.
Okie dokie.
And it's an experiment.
Okie dokie.
And we're going to discuss a series of questions.
Oh my God.
That are designed to make people fall in love.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh, I love this. I'm excited
Or
for this.
make your love even stronger.
Okay.
So,
who am I falling in love with?
Me.
Oh, stunning.
Me. I'm the one craving your love. The New York Times, I think it was 2015, devised this list of 36 questions in order to do that. And the idea was, I believe that you could get two strangers to meet and they would ask these each other these questions and discuss the answers. And that would create a really, really strong bond very, very quickly.
Wow. Okay.
People. So it says, grab some wine, which we won't do.
Grab some tea.
And then we'll go from there. Here are the quick instructions. Read one question aloud to your partner. Woof. Then both of you answer.
Oh, okay.
Swap roles for the next question.
Right.
Which we don't have to do, but we can. There are 36 questions.
That's a lot of questions.
We will not be doing the 36 questions in one episode.
Yeah, no, don't worry about that.
So if it's good, we'll break it up into like another episode or something.
Yeah.
If people find it insanely boring, then we will not.
This will be a one-time wonder.
But my thought is, as people are listening to this, obviously people will have their own opinions, but I think our rationale and reasoning will be interesting to people.
Yeah.
And also they'll get to know us a little better.
Oh, I love this. This is cute.
So it starts off, question 1 is a classic conversation.
All right.
Conversation question.
Yeah.
If you could invite anyone in the world to dinner, who would it be?
Dead or alive?
I think we can decide this. I wonder... I think it says anyone in the world, which leads me currently to think alive, but actually I like the idea and the options. Both. Give me your thoughts on either.
I've always been fascinated by Steve Jobs. I've always been fascinated by Steve Jobs. Like as a character, as a person who's created this insane business. Yeah, this like I've read his autobiography. Like he fascinates me.
Do you think that you'd be able to get the answers that you want from him out of him at dinner?
No, but I think he would just like lead me on his merry way. He would talk about what he wants to talk about, and that would be fascinating to me. Like I actually wouldn't want to ask him questions. I would just want to be like in his presence.
Wow. And so what about somebody that is alive?
Somebody that is alive. Oh.
While you think about that,
yeah,
I think
you tell me yours.
I think it's fascinating that you went for like a celebrity rather than sort of maybe someone from your own life or, a loved one or whatever it might be that you'd go for that complete different thing rather than another opportunity to speak to somebody or to find out about a great grandparent or whatever it might be. You didn't go down that line.
No, I think like, I don't know, I suppose with those things I go, well, I've had my time with them.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to change that.
Plus
like,
they would leave again.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't want to go through that again.
Which would suck.
Yeah. That would suck.
That would suck.
Yeah, so I kind of, that's why I go for something completely like obscure.
Yeah.
Not obscure, but like for a person that's a famous person, somebody that I just find fascinating.
I love that. I wonder, I think that's maybe the way you get the most out of it, really, isn't it? Because it's either you go, what's going to give me the best time? Whose company am I going to enjoy the most? In which case, you'd probably think if they're putting on a show, some kind of stand-up comic or entertainer of some kind, or who's going to inspire me the most. For me, I think that I'd be sitting in that realm. In which case,
who are you thinking?
Oh, I find this really, really difficult. But again, I'd be looking for somebody who manages to sort of share and communicate their work ethic really well, or somebody that's I'm gonna have a good time with, and also then leave going, oh God, I want to, let's go and do all this stuff. And I don't know who that might be. Honestly, there's lots of options. But at the same time, I think for me, my Tide, my grandfather, that's his name wasn't Tide. Anyone that doesn't know, that's a Welsh name for grandfather, one of them. And he was such this like really important figure for my grandma, who never really got over his death, and my mum and my auntie, and this like huge catalyst and an important figure. And he had Alzheimer's and died when I was 6, 7, and I never really heard him speak or didn't get to engage with him in any way. So I think I would probably take the opportunity to do that so that I could actually get to know him.
Fair. That's nice.
In a way that, my sister's 4 years older than me, so she has memories of him being able to speak and have that stuff. But just to get to know this family member that, is so important in people I love's life.
Yeah. To
the point where, heartbreakingly, one of the last conversations I had with my grandma was that she said she still kisses the picture of him before going to bed every night. And he died 20 something years prior, and she just never ever, got over it. So I think maybe it's that.
That's nice.
It's tricky. Are you feeling greater love towards me?
Yeah. that is something I didn't know.
So there we go.
So that's like, I feel like I know more about you now.
And your birthday and Christmas gifts are all going to be Steve Jobs related now. So
I did think of somebody else who's alive who I would like to spend time with.
Who was it?
Will Ferrell.
Okay, hit me with why.
I just think he's everything I would ever want to be as a comedy actor.
Yes.
I just think he's perfect, and I could watch him in anything, and I love how like everything is a bit. Like he's always doing a bit, and it's just, I find him, there's two performers or two comedians that I find like hysterically funny that I cannot stop like laughing like audibly at. One is Will Ferrell and one is Ramesh Ranganathan.
You love Ramesh.
I love Ramesh. He was my other choice there because like and Sam will testify to this, like I mean like hysterics when he's on TV. And I don't know why. I just find him so unbelievably funny.
I love that. I think with Will Ferrell as well, there's an amazing podcast of him chatting on. I'm sure you've listened to a bunch of them anyway, but he's a bit of an outlier in Hollywood in that he is in a loving marriage that he has been in for a really long time and, isn't out there doing crazy things. He goes home and he's like, I go home and have a wonderful, boring life. I'm really happy. I do really boring things and it's fucking wonderful.
I love that. I do love that whole thing of like, people are amazing at what they do and they're hilarious at what they do and brilliant at what they do. But then they go have a normal life.
And Wendy McLendon Covey is like that. I might be pronouncing her second name wrong, but if you don't know who that is, it's the blonde woman in Bridesmaids who ends up snogging the other woman in the plane. She's the Goldberg's mum. Yeah. Who's also fantastic, and she's the same. Like she's so unbelievably talented. She goes home to her family and enjoys her life. Like it's so. I think it's a wonderful quality. Will Ferrell, good choice.
Yeah,
you up for question 2?
Let's do it.
It's still on my screen, so I'm just going to keep reading.
Yeah, why not?
Is that okay?
Makes life easier.
Would you like to be famous, and in what way? That's a fascinating noise to have going into my ear. What's Bobby's thought sound? When I'm teaching animal studies in drama school, right, and you talk about thought sounds for people, and they go like, people don't do that. And you're like, they do. They do.
That was mine.
Like,
that was my thought sound. Do I want to be famous? Yes, but famous for being good at what I do.
yeah. So what you mean is essentially not a reality TV star. So you wouldn't want to go onto Love Island and have people know you for that and then continue to be famous for that reason, but for somebody to respect your work as a performer?
Yeah.
Or whatever medium it might be.
Yeah, I think just to be respected.
Do you think there's a difference between being a respected performer and being famous?
100%. It's a huge difference. Yeah. I think you can be respected and not be famous, but I also think you can be famous and respected. And that is what I would want.
So well known. Essentially somebody like David Tennant then.
Yeah, somebody like David Tennant or like Hugh Jackman, like...
Yeah.
People who are...
My brain was desperately trying to filter where I would put him on that scale. And yes.
Yeah, I think he's very much in the famous, but really respected for what he does. Like,
yeah,
he has a huge respect from like musical theatre people for what he is as a musical theatre performer, and
he was Wolverine.
Like, and I just have respect for his dedication as well. Like, if I was to pick a person that I would want to be famous like, it would be him. He also has French bulldogs, which we know is winner chicken dinner. Would you want to be famous?
I think it's really difficult to answer this question honestly, because I think there's a stigma to saying that I would like to be famous. And so I think people want to say no, but in reality, The Rock, I remember a video he posted about this a couple of weeks ago about what it's like being that level of famous. Yeah. And you go, it does come with all these pitfalls. He's like, I can't go to the shop because I get mobbed by 600 people immediately and we have to call the police to get me out of there. Like, I literally physically can't do it. And he was like, every so often I say, fuck it, I'm going to the shop. And my whole team's like, is that a good idea? And he's like, I don't give a shit, I'm going. And he goes, and every time they have to call the police, they have to extract him from this group of people. Literally madness, because he's just getting mobbed.
Of course.
And he's like, and that's not great. And that comes with a bunch of other stuff like that. But he was like, I can't deny all of the incredible opportunities and the positives of it. So he's like,
that is the thing, it's the opportunities. You're just presented with so many more opportunities.
And I think now it would give us opportunities in both performing, but also now, as our focus shifts to going, well, how can we help people live better lives and have better careers as performers in this capacity that we have? A sort of greater platform and a greater audience allows you to get the information that you have to more people.
Well, yeah, like imagine what we could do if we were famous and still trying to get our message out and get our ethos out, and like imagine the difference we could make. So that
is the thing. It makes it worthwhile. You'd be putting in the same amount of effort, but helping more people. Yeah. And so for that, I think yes. I don't want the negatives. I quite want to go home, like we mentioned about the performers that we respect. I want to go home and just be able to go to the shop and not have anyone. The negatives are obviously people are going to talk shit about you on social media, whatever you do. Like, it doesn't matter if you are. People talk shit about The Rock, like whoever it is.
People talk shit about everybody. It's just on different scales.
Yeah, you're not going to be liked by everyone.
No.
And I wonder how I would manage that. I've got pretty good at that in my life, but when that would be escalated to a scale where, you're getting hate messages constantly. Yeah.
I think that would be very difficult to deal with. I think you'd have to work very hard at filtering things out. And
you pay people to deal with your social media so you don't look at it.
So you don't see that.
In which case, it's probably fine.
Just oblivious.
I take it back. I'm all in.
Yeah, that's sold. Let's be famous.
Up for question 3.
Let's go.
Okay. Before you make a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say? And if so, why?
Always. I hate telephone calls.
Okay.
I hate them with such a burning passion. If anybody phones me, there's a strong chance I won't pick up.
I never phone you, actually, thinking about it.
Exactly. Because I wouldn't pick up.
If you phone them, like, if this isn't you, but if somebody phones me, I'm so uncomfortable. Like, so why are you that? Why do they make you that uncomfortable?
I just find it uncomfortable. Like I think I'm relatively awkward anyway, in social situations. And there's something about a phone call where I want to be able to be in control of what I'm saying or what I'm getting across, which I have when I text someone or when I write an email. I can write down what I want to say, sit there for a second, look it over, think it through, like rehash it. Like I have control over that element of it. When I'm on the phone, that kind of goes out the window. Like there's that element of what you say. If it comes out of your mouth, it's been said and they've heard it.
That's so fascinating to me because obviously we do this and exist in a medium that requires us to speak without rehearsal of any kind quite often. And I would never have described you as awkward in a social situation. So that's...
Oh, I'm spectacularly awkward.
But I wonder if there's feeling awkward.
Yeah. No, I am awkward.
So I would say that I don't think you are particularly awkward.
I mean, it varies. It's various levels. Like me at press night tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Or I'm giving the game away. That's going to be awkward. I'm going to be awkward.
I think that's an awkward situation.
Yeah, it's an awkward situation, but I will make that doubly awkward. At least in my head, I will be doubly awkward.
I will be making it.
I intend on making this extra awkward. Yeah, I like in situation like around you. Obviously, I'm not awkward because. Of course I'm not, but like...
Because 33 questions from now, you're going to be in love with me right, as well.
We're so close. The love is coming. I can feel it. I can feel it bubbling.
It's the first time you said that.
The thought of bubbling love. Yeah. I just hate phone calls. Like I will do everything I can to get out of a phone call. Do you know what annoys me more than anything? Is when you text someone or you email someone and they call you back. I'm like, no. I have set the parameters here. Yeah. I have texted you or I have emailed you very clearly. This is the medium that I want to use to converse.
Quite often I want your response in writing.
Yeah. Like, don't call me because I will just ignore your phone call.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, the people, to be honest, I answer phone calls from 3 people.
Your mum.
My mum.
Sam.
And my agent. Like this, I think that is actually, I would answer a phone call from you. I don't think you would ever call me.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever.
That's
insane.
We've FaceTimed. Actually, I find FaceTime less, weirdly, less awkward.
Oh, I did call you once on FaceTime. Yeah. Yes, that's come back to me as a memory. But there was a reason for that.
It was a very good reason for that.
So that was fair.
What is your thought on that? Phone calls.
I find it difficult to believe that anyone enjoys phone calls or is comfortable.
Oh, man, people love phone calls.
So I'm with you then in that case. I don't feel comfortable in that setting and I feel a little on the spot. I don't really like answering the phone unless I know the phone call is coming. Yeah. Like it's like, if I'm like, oh, I will call you later at 7, then fine. I know. Yeah. I go, okay, well that phone call's probably going to last this amount of time. I can schedule my life around it. Like for me, there's a scheduling thing. It depends who I'm speaking to. The question is, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say? And yes, if it's to do with work. So I've had to have a couple of phone calls sometimes with producers. Yep. And especially during COVID times when I was an equity dep and all that kind of stuff, where you go, right, I need to know my shit. Yeah, going into this and chatting to the producers on a different show when there was other issues going on that you actually know all about, and going, I think you've misunderstood something. I wanted to make sure that, as you said, that I was in control of what I said, that I didn't miscommunicate or speak something out. So I absolutely rehearsed that. And that's why. Other than that, no, my main objective is usually to get off the phone as quickly as possible. Yeah. I think that's part of the rehearsal. Like if I'm calling, say, Octopus Energy, who are my energy provider, I would rehearse that conversation because I want to get... Would you? Yeah. I pretty much rehearse most. If I have to be on the phone, I rehearse most
conversations.
That's fascinating to me. I'm like, that doubles the amount of time I have to think about it. So I'm like, just get on there and just give me the thing.
Yeah, but no, I find it too stressful otherwise. I need to know roughly what I'm saying.
I love this. Do you want question 4?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a goodie.
Goody gumdrops.
What would constitute a perfect day for you?
Oh, Jesus, that is a big question. Ooh. There's my thinking sound.
For audio listeners, that was on purpose. That
I did
sound.
that. I did do that on purpose. What is my perfect day? Oh, I don't know.
Can I give you a suggestion?
Yeah, go.
I wonder. I want you to, if you're up for this.
Yeah.
I'm going to describe a day that you might think of as perfect for you.
Yeah.
And then I kind of want you to do the same for me.
Okay. All right.
So you don't have to get up.
Yep.
At any point. Now, I'm confused as to whether I put in a tiny bit of activity for you, but it wouldn't be at this point in the day.
Okay.
We'd get you waking up when you want to, probably because Bert is there.
Yeah.
In some way. And then you have lots of time and you get to go and sit on the sofa with Bert and catch up on some NFL.
Good choice.
For maybe an hour. You have the world's most beautiful coffee.
Yep.
Magically put in front of you in that you don't have to make it, but there's no one else there. Don't worry, Sam appears in this. At a certain point, after like 45 minutes, an hour of chilling out in that place, you and Sam maybe go for some lovely like brunchy lunch or have that at home. Do you want to stay at home? You probably want to stay at home. Let's stay at home and have that lovely food just appear for you both, where you have this wonderful time. And then through the afternoon, what would you do in the afternoon? Ooh, there's too much time to fill in a day. There's too much time. I wonder. Yeah, I'm stuck on the afternoon. I think maybe we've put a bit of activity in there for you, just so you have some space by yourself.
Yeah,
and then we're back with Sam, where maybe you have. I'm tempted to say that it's just you two for the entire day, but let's say that you have 1 or 2 friends over.
Yeah,
and it's like having one of the pizza oven nights.
Nice,
But they're only there for 2 hours.
Yep,
and they leave.
Yeah,
and then you have the evening to chill out and watch a film on the sofa with Sam and Bert, and until you decide to go to bed. Okay, how does that sound?
I mean, I like it.
Am I miles away?
No, not really. No, this is the thing. I don't think there is a perfect day. Like, I've got so many different variations of a day that could be perfect in my eyes.
Well, you could go like, I've been to see my team in the NFL at the game. Like
there's so many different avenues you could go down. I think that. Like, that sounds like a fantastic day. I would love that day. So
my thoughts for that were, if you do that, you'll be exhausted after, and before has to like lead into it. So I was like wondering.
Yeah. Okay, let me do yours. I think you're having a nice leisurely morning. You're going to wake up whenever you want. You're not going to have to wake up to do a session. You're going to wake up whenever you want. You're going to have a lovely bacon and egg bagel.
You know it.
You're going to have a lovely bacon and egg bagel brought to you. Delivered.
Magically. Fantastic.
I think you're going to have a nice chilled morning. You're going to do some activity.
Okay.
In your house.
Yes.
That's kind of nerdy.
Yeah.
I think you're going to do maybe like an hour and a half.
Oh, lovely.
Of that. Like a nice, like proper session where you can just like
flow
sit
state
and enjoy. Yeah, exactly. Flow state. You can sit, you can enjoy that activity. Yeah, you can be a nerd for a bit.
Yeah.
Like lean into that. Then I think you're going to pop out.
Oh.
I think you go for a nice walk.
Okay.
I think you go for a nice walk. And then what are you going to do for the rest of the day? I think you're going to do an activity out, like some sort of slightly competitive activity. Potentially archery. Like some sort of like, I think an activity, maybe I'm there, maybe maybe we're doing an activity of some sort. I don't know. I feel like that's a vibe. I think you're going to also watch some rugby. Hopefully rugby's on, because otherwise we're fucked.
Yeah. It's the perfect day. It's going to be on.
The perfect day. There's definitely some rugby on.
Okay.
And then have a banging dinner. Just like sensational dinner out, I think. Maybe an Indian.
It's definitely an Indian.
I feel like you're going for an Indian.
Oh, I love Indian food.
I feel like that's the perfect end. And then nice chilled night at home afterwards.
Chilled night at home.
Watching TV.
Is Maddie there for any of this?
Yeah. Maddie's there like she's there for the whole day.
She's there for the whole day. Excellent. I do enjoy archery. I love that you said competitive.
Yeah, because something competitive. It doesn't need to be archery.
It's so weird because I'm so uncomfortable with competitive things. But because I'm competitive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't like them because I can't help it. And but although, like for instance, like when we played tennis, I'm in no way competitive with you. So we're like, I know we were just hitting the ball around, but I'm like, that doesn't factor for me in any way, shape or form. Like, it's like...
Maybe we'd play some Laser Quest.
Yeah. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. Maybe we'd play some Laser Quest.
Yes. Then I can be competitive because it's against other people. Yeah, that is the thing. I have to be very careful. I nearly went to a jiu-jitsu class the other day.
Oh.
This is rogue, isn't it? I actually messaged Adam Felipe and was like, where'd you go?
Yeah.
And he gave me some recommendations because I was thinking about judo and going, I was so high up in that field. And I'm like, I don't want to, because I would be like a beginner again doing that. And I've already hit the highest point. So why would I start again to reach the same high point? So I was like, what else would there be? So I was like, British jiu-jitsu Brazilian jiu-jitsu, is one of the ones that is super popular right now and has actual application. So I was like vaguely interested in looking at that. And then he asked a really good question, which was like, oh, why would you want to get into it? And I was like, because I have absolutely no time and no money right now. So why wouldn't I take on a new project? And that is why I did not go. But yeah, there's also that thing. You're like, it's also one of those things where you turn up to the first thing, and it depends on the dojo you go or company. Depends if it's not a dojo. Then a lot of the time, it's a bit like wrestling used to be in the 80s, where you'll go and they'll basically just beat the shit out of you for your first couple of sessions.
Good times
to see if you are up for it.
Fine.
And I'm like, I don't want any of that in my life.
No.
Like, I don't want to do that thing because I want to harm people or be harmed by other people. I want to learn the skill and practice the skill and have that as a tool that I want to get better at. But yeah, so that's what I was asking Adam. He was like, oh, my old gym was like that, but this one's like amazing.
Nice.
So yeah, fun times. And if you don't know who we're talking about, Adam Felipe is a previous guest.
He is.
On the podcast.
A while ago.
Yeah, towards the beginning, right?
Yeah, he was our very first expert. Is that right?
Yeah, self-defense episode. He goes
got me in a headlock.
Yeah, he did. We never released that video.
I don't think we did release that video.
Oh my God,
we should. Yeah.
I wonder. We've done 4 of these questions, but we've kind of hit that time.
Yeah.
So let's assume that you're not in love with me yet.
I feel maybe I feel some butterflies.
Some butterflies. We're getting there. So. I think we could do some more of these on another episode.
I want to do another episode, yeah.
But then,
let's do it.
Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed. If you've got to this point, the likelihood is you've enjoyed it.
Yeah. Otherwise, you checked out a while ago. If you've checked out,
there's going to be another episode of more of these things.
I can't wait to look at listener numbers for this.
Listener numbers. 1.
One person made it to the end.
It's you at that point, yeah? So let's have the end of the joke.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the joke.
Have you heard about the Indian city where people leave their parents?
No.
Mumbai.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I should have left a bit more of a gap. Mumbai.
No, I enjoyed it.
There's a big wave that came with it.
There was a wave, yeah. If you didn't get the wave, then...
Yeah, why?
Why? Could you not hear the wave?
Yeah, jeez.
Can you not hear the air?
The wafting. So that's not the finest of the jokes, but still.
Strong work.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Delightful.
I'll take that. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
For this slightly different episode of Fit2 Talk.
Fun episode.
Don't miss our next guest episode when we are joined by another fantastic, glorious industry guest.
One of those wonderful guests. They do delight me so much.
That sounded sarcastic.
It did, but it's genuine. I love them. I'm a big fan. Otherwise, I wouldn't do this.
That is it. I nearly spat tea out then.
You can find us on social media at Fit2_Talk. As always, if you've got any questions you want answered by us, you know what to do. Get in touch. Slide into those DMs. I'll be in there falling ever so in love with Steffan.
I can't wait. And don't forget to leave us that review. And if you like what you've heard, then we have been Fit2 Talk with me, Steffan.
And me, Bobby. And if you didn't like it, we've been Joe Wicks. Peace out.